to my K-pop tarot channel. Today I'm going to be doing one of my subscribers recommended reading, which is on NCT DREAM member Chenle, to see his ideal romantic partner. While watching this video, please keep in mind that this is all for entertainment purposes. I don't claim to know the thoughts, the feelings, or this person. I don't ship him with anyone, so I'm just doing and saying what my cards are pointing to me. Take my words, not as a literal fact, but just as a grain of salt. So yeah, without further ado, let's start. Who is NCT DREAM member Chenle, ideal romantic partner? Describe to me this part. What kind of qualities he finds ideal or is looking for in his partners. One card. One more. Chenle from NCT DREAM, K-pop boy group, ideal romantic partner. One more card. NCT DREAM member Chenle, ideal romantic partner. What does he find ideal? Ideal romantic partner. Taking this, the first card from the top. Interesting. NCT DREAM member Chenle, ideal romantic partner. Going to take the first card, as always. And one more card from this deck. Chenle from NCT DREAM, ideal romantic partner. Thank you. One card, ideal. Okay, let's see. What cards did we get? It's slippery. Oh. So, from the cards that I got the card of King, the Don Juan. From other oracle, I got the card of Moon in Virgo, Order. And from the tarot, I got the card of the Emperor and the Five of Cups. So, right off the bat, I do think that what Chenle finds ideal is someone who is quite feminine. I would say this person is, dresses like in the nicest dresses. Also, this is someone who can at times be, quite a bit sexy, has those, seductive qualities in them, or at least that's what Chenle finds ideal, as well as that, because if you guys notice, there are notes, and they are catching my attention. So maybe he wants someone who can appreciate music, who has quite a similar taste in music as Chenle does, or maybe could also indicate that he is looking for someone whose job is quite closely associated with music, creating music, or this is someone who can be really supportive of Chenle's dreams, of being a idol. Also, because I got the card of Five of Cups, I don't know why, but I get this feeling like he wants a really serious relationship, nothing like one night stand. Of course, he wouldn't be against that idea, but I do tend to believe that he wants a serious relationship, and I think that he wants to start that relationship, that connection with another person when his career is, not over, but he doesn't have that many responsibilities as he has right now. Because currently I do think that Chenle is so focused on his work, on his responsibilities, on his schedules, that he simply does not have enough time to, connect and create those connections that he wants and is ideal for him. As well as that, because I got the card of the Emperor, I do believe that he wants someone, and because I got also these three cards, I do think that he wants someone who at times can take charge, have those leadership qualities to them. Like, for example, when they are working in a group project, this person, they can, take responsibilities, take charge, but also they do it, not because they want the best results only for themselves. No, they want the best results for everyone who is, is like following the words of this. This could also be someone who could be a bit older than him, or Chenle finds ideal someone who is very mature. It doesn't have to be, age number. I don't think that Chenle cares about that, but he doesn't want like person who will bring in a lot of drama into his life. No, he wants someone who is very mature, who know what they are doing, who don't back up when things are really tough, and he wants someone very supportive, if I have to say, someone like a mini cheerleader for him, that when things are like really difficult, you can always turn to this person and they will support you and don't judge you for who you are. Like, he wants to have a connection that is both stable and also where he doesn't have to pretend to be someone else, and he can just be himself, and for that other person to love him, even if those qualities of his aren't always the positive one, but could also be a bit like just someone who will accept him for who he is, and won't judge him for his personality and for his feelings and for his fears that he has. As well as that, I got the card of Moon in Virgo order. This tells me that he wants someone who likes to keep their emotions tidy and private. This is, he doesn't want his secrets being spilled out to others. He values his privacy a lot, and he also wants the same in a relationship, that security, that you're not being the things that you are saying is not being spread through the whole internet to his fans. As well as that, I think that he finds ideal someone who is eschewing big scenes and showy expressions of feelings. The person this card describes prefers sincerity, modesty, and quiet forms of expression. So also Chenle finds ideal someone who, even though at times can show their emotions in practical and material ways. Sometimes the Moon Virgo card reveals an aptitude for work in catering and food preparation. I wouldn't be surprised if Chenle finds ideal someone who can cook really good food. I don't know why, but I get this feeling like he wants homemade like meals, or someone who, I really think that he values his time, and I think that he wants to find someone who can, they can always Chenle and his ideal romantic partner can always go in their home and like have dinner together, even if it's like home prepared food or ordered food, but spend time communicating when you are eating, when you are doing or just having snacks while watching movies, but like somehow food is also involved in having like great time with Chenle's ideal romantic partner. Also, the modest side to Chenle's ideal romantic partner's emotions make it necessary that they keep all feelings on an even keel. Ups and downs do not suit the uh, romantic partner of NCT DREAM member, and they need, always for order and consistency. You know, I don't think that this person really likes the outburst of feelings or sentiment by other people. They are always embarrassed by this character. There is of course a danger with this moon placing that one may get hurt by other people who have little regard for feelings so minimally shown. To keep on good form, the person this card describes should seek to find some form of balance. Emotional well-being is important to the health of Chenle's ideal romantic partner. Also, I think that Chenle wants to find someone who, take health like an important thing. Like, someone who takes care of themselves, someone who, doesn't mm, described as not on top of emotion. He or she could become a fascinist, fuzzy health crank. Mm, sometimes even mm, very very good person, like, but also someone who already has like a place in their life, who know their things, how things are run, like someone who likes order, like, and very powerful female, or like someone powerful, and like maybe he also wants to find someone who, you know will not depend financially on Chenle, but also, have their own, mm, their own savings, their own money. Of course, he as an idol, as a man, he of course is going to like buy a meal or something, but he doesn't want to be, the only one working really hard, and that other person to just, be depending on him financially. He doesn't want that. He also wants someone who is really hard working person. And even if I have to say, he wouldn't be against the idea of marrying a, or or having an ideal romantic partner be not from Korea, but from overseas as well. He is not against that idea. Yeah, that's what I got. Yeah guys, if you enjoyed this reading, please consider subscribing, liking, and without further ado, goodbye.